Practicing silence, a meditation on stillness, strength, and the soul. Silence is a lesson learned from the many sufferings of life. Seneca, the ancient quiet. In the dim halls of ancient Rome, where marble pillars caught the sun like gold, there were men who spoke sparingly, not out of weakness, but out of reverence. Among them was Marcus Aurelius, emperor and philosopher. He wielded power over nations, yet bowed before silence. In the stillness of early mornings, he would take up his pen and write not to the world, but to himself. "Be like the rocky promontory," he wrote, "against which the waves crash endlessly, yet it stands unmoved." But what held that rock firm was not brute force. It was inner stillness, a silence forged not from absence, but from presence. We often mistake silence as void, as lack. But silence, true silence, is full. It is the fullness of awareness, the weight of all that is unspoken, the sacred pause between thought and action. It is not simply not speaking, it is listening, deeply, patiently, until the noise of the world dissolves, and what remains is the voice of your soul. To practice silence is to return to that inner sanctuary. 2. The noise of the world. The world today roars. Notifications blink like nervous ticks. Opinions rage like wildfires. Advertisements scream. Algorithms buzz. And our thoughts, our thoughts, spin endlessly in loops of anxiety and desire. In this clamor, how can we hear ourselves think, let alone feel? We run from silence because we fear what it reveals. In noise, we can distract ourselves. But in silence, we meet our true selves, naked, trembling, and real. Epictetus, the former slave who became a teacher of kings, taught that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Yet how few of us truly listen. How many of us practice the courage it takes to sit quietly, not just in a room, but in our own skin? Silence is not escape, it is confrontation. In the quiet, our anxieties arise. Our regrets echo. Our unmet hopes whisper in the dark. But it is only by facing these that we become whole. Silence does not break us. It reveals where we are already broken and invites us to begin again. 3. The Stoic path to inner stillness. To the Stoics, silence was not passivity. It was discipline, a preparation of the mind, a sharpening of the soul. Seneca, in his letters, warned against idle chatter and noise. "Associate with those who will make a better man of you," he wrote, "and welcome those whom you yourself can improve. The process is mutual. Men learn as they teach. But to learn, we must be silent first. And to teach wisely, we must have listened deeply." The Stoic practice of silence is not monastic withdrawal. It is strength through stillness. It is choosing not to react impulsively. It is pausing before anger, breathing before judgment, and anchoring yourself before being swept away by emotion. This silence is not the silence of retreat. It is the silence of command. The silence of the archer steadying his hand before the shot. The silence of the storm's eye, still, but surrounded by fury. To practice Stoic silence is to claim sovereignty over your own mind. 4. The spiritual depth of silence. Beyond Stoicism, every spiritual tradition speaks of silence as sacred. In the Zen tradition, a single moment of silence between student and master could say more than 100 sermons. In Christianity, God is often found not in thunder or fire, but in the still small voice. In the Upanishads, the highest wisdom is sometimes passed in utter quiet. What is not said is as holy as what is. Silence is where the soul breathes. Mindfulness at its core is simply the art of being present in silence. Watching your thoughts arise and pass like clouds across the sky, without clinging to any of them. You become the sky, vast and open, no longer ruled by passing storms. When we embrace silence, we step beyond words. And beyond words lies truth. Not the truth we debate in arguments, but the truth we feel in our bones. A truth that has no language, but lives in the rhythm of our breath, the beating of our heart, and the stillness behind our eyes. A return to the self. You do not need a mountain cave to practice silence. You need only a moment, and the willingness to be present within it. Begin with one breath, one mindful breath, taken fully and without distraction. Let it be a homecoming. Close your eyes, listen, not to the world but to what pulses beneath it. Listen to the quiet space between your thoughts. That space is not empty, it is alive, it is peace. When you are silent, truly silent, you return to yourself. You remember who you were before the world named you, labeled you, measured you. You are not your job, your title, your failures, your fears. In silence, you are simply you.